She clears her throat loud enough to turn heads in this direction of your party.
One against a mob isn't exactly even. Ever heard of a fair fight?
Maya cracks her knuckles and rolls her shoulders.
Ha! Company warships blow our canoes to splinters, and you call us unfair? You foreign imps are all the same.
Turning to you and Maya, Arama gives away no recognition other than a flicker of gratitude. That seems to be the problem here.
As surely as sharks circle spilled blood, this one has been casting an unwelcome shadow on our village.
One of the villagers steps forward and gestures to Arama.
We found coded documents in his quarters, and he defended himself with lies. Outsider spy.
Mutters of assent rise in volume from the assembled villagers. What's making you think it's anything nefarious?
Because Rauatai hungers after these isles, like a tiger lurking in the tall grass and whetting its chops.
If you townies are dumb enough to go blundering into an alpha predator, you deserve what's coming to you.
Maya squares her stance and shakes her head.
Who are you to speak in his defense? And who is your traitor friend who postures like she is not one of us?
Jeers and rude gestures fill the air, many of them in Maya. Enraged! Thank you so much for that host, man! Welcome to everybody watching from Enraged. Dude, love your face. Thank you so much. Embers, are you still around, dude? If you are, can you do a caster command for Enraged, please? I would really appreciate it. Or Saki can do it. Yeah, that works too. That works too. There you go. Guys, please, if you don't know who Enraged is, very good friend of mine, really cool streamer. Streaming a lot, and I mean a lot, of Elder Scrolls Online. If you guys love that MMO, or if you love MMOs in general, or if you're just a fan of the Elder Scrolls series, please drop by, give him some love, and yeah, he's awesome. Modding all the channels. Yeah, Saki is like a mod extraordinaire, is what she is. She's fantastic. Maya, care to elaborate?
I've got better things to do than listen to a bunch of islanders argue over who wants to die first.
Maya reaches for her weapon and begins to advance. The crowd flinches back from Maya and their spokesperson raises a hand.
Ahuana, who speaks for agents of Rauatai, is no friend of the tribes. She and her bird will share in his fate.
He sweeps his hand to encompass Maya and Arama both. I already know that I'm going to walk away from this. How certain are you? The ring leader takes in a sharp breath, examining the faces of his neighbors and fellow tribesmen.
That's what I thought.
Maya folds her arms, wearing an accomplished grin.
Arama, we will have eyes on you. Cause no trouble.
The leader of the gang points from his eyes to Arama's and signals the rest to depart. Maya, I'm tired of your shit, man. That spying bullshit with Rauatai, I don't like it.
I owe you thanks for that, stranger.
The big Rautaian stands at ease and looks you up and down, nodding with approval.
Now here is a welcome sight.
He turns to face Maya and a smile brightens his features.
Is that little Ashiza? Hop over here, you old terror.
Rama opens his arms and Maya's bird darts enthusiastically closer, pecking at Rama's shins.
Ishi town. You don't know where he's been.
Maya arches her brow, smiling in spite of herself. You don't know where he's been? Oh god. Don't I get an introduction?
Captain, this is Harama. We were shipmates on the Flying Buttress.
She nods to him, their eye contact lingering an extra moment. Okay.
That's a word for it. You could also say we were...
loyal servants of the homeland. That's enough out of you.
Maya touches her brow and shakes her head, hiding the hint of a smile.
Afraid this isn't a social visit. This comes from up high.
She passes him a roll of parchment. His demeanor hardens the moment he unseals the missive. Worming his tongue over his teeth, Arama lifts up the parchment to view it against a light source.
Atsura's up to his tricks again, I see. Thank you, Maya. I've been waiting for this.
That sounds malicious.
Maya, why is she asking?
Arama squints at you, hesitating to say more.
Captain, later. I promise we can discuss it later. I guess we're done here. It's been, well, sort of like old times. In a good way.
Maya grins, planting her hand on her hips.
Especially seeing you coming and going again. When the dust settles, maybe we could...
He trails off, shifting his weight.
I'd like that. She misses you something awful.
Say no more. Good luck in your travels and other adventures. Ishiza, you keep your feathers clean.
He salutes Maya and steps back with a wink.
I need to check in with Atsura. Mind if we take a detour to the Brass Citadel?
Maya raises her brow. Reporting in on your mission, I take it?
Something like that. Atsura probably wants to make sure I'm not wasting too many resources on his little errand. Nothing to worry about.
Maya shrugs, gesturing to be off. I don't like your stuff, lady.
You probably have some questions about what we've been doing.
Yes. Maya sighs, nodding.
We found Harama in quite a state, didn't we? It's no wonder you'd be curious about what's going on. Harama is a sociable type of guy. Getting to know people is as easy to him as breathing is to you or me. Atsura has set him loose so he can get to know as many people as possible.
So he's a spy.
That's one way you could put it. He's keeping an eye on Tikawara. Who comes and goes, what sorts of things they discuss. Atsura is committed to a more peaceful Deadfire. But he's just one man. He needs good people to shoulder the burden with him.
What's to stop me from telling Onikaza and Arui about this?
Don't be dense. They're smart enough to assume that Rawatai has spies. And if they're really smart, they're spying on us too. Though I doubt it.
So Arama is just eyes and ears.
Only Atsura knows for sure. Harama might not even have all the facts. I certainly don't.
So the mob said he had coded missives. Was that true?
Maybe. Probably.
Maya shrugs.
Let's just say we're not the first people to deliver Harama a missive that looked like one thing and read like another.
Hey, Sege, thank you so much for that host. Do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much for that. What have we been delivering, Maya?
Truthfully, I don't know. They looked like ordinary documents to me, but I'm sure that's how Atsura wanted it. Atsura has a new code for every hour of the day. He probably has cipher keys tattooed all over his body.
That's all for now.
For what it's worth, you're doing a great thing for the Deadfire. You'll see that someday. I've got some answers.
I honestly doubt it.
Hey there. I see where you're...
I do not like the Royal Deadfire Company. I really don't.
Eagle eyes. You mean like this?
Hey. This is woven from Kaura reeds, a hardy but flexible material since blah blah. We've read that before.
I see where you're going with this.
The belt's relief have been worn smooth in some places and crested with patina in others. Okay. Okay, that's a shrine. That's to leave the place. That's a giant-ass statue of Andra.
I'll do what I can.
Statue depicts a voluptuous woman with the head of an angler fish. The paint is thick and is freshly applied. How do you... I gotta get up there, dude. A fine sword. Sure. Chieftain's Lodge.
Be cautious. Be constant.
The drum emits a deep, satisfying boom when you strike it. A seasoned Wana woman rests her elbow on the drum like it's the only thing keeping her upright. She pats the hide skin, the percussion no more effortful than a sigh. She opens her eyes as you approach. What do you do here? Tipping her head to the side, her mouth curves in a cautious smile. She touches her brow with 2 fingers, then she gives the drum a pair of playful taps. You recognize the first gesture as one of tribal greeting, gratitude, or both. The second was more personal, an introduction. Do you know anything about the tribe's missing Koiki? Frowning, she sweeps her hand out to gesture at the entire village at once. She shrugs. Then her hand wanders towards her belly. She sighs through her nose. What do you do here? Exaggerating her movement, she shields her eyes and scans the horizon, and she points off at the distance, kicks her legs up with youthful glee, and pretends to pound on the drum with wild, enthusiastic beats. Shrugging, she lets her hand fall to her sides once again. Not to speak? A deep, wrinkled scar traces a winding path down her neck. She tilts her head to the side and beckons you to look closer. The angle and shape looks like the mark of a boar's tusk. Oh god. She raises one finger and points down to a dried hoof knotted to her belt. Then she makes a gesture of pulling back and releasing a bowstring several times in rapid succession. Grinning, she snaps her fingers and leans once more against the drum with a satisfied sigh.
I admit it. I like this one.
She holds her eyes at Maya and shoos her away. Tap on the surface of the drums. You play a short, hesitant beat. She bites the inside of her cheek and considers before drumming a quick response with her knuckles. Then she beats a harder, faster rhythm and steps back, grinning at you. Play something together. She places a hand on her hip, skeptical as you start to build up a rhythm. Eventually, she bobs her head and smiles a little wider. She eases in closer, your shoulder touching, and beats on the drum fast enough to build tempo without outpacing you. Her rhythm response changes the tune, introducing complexity while keeping the spirit of the original alive. She closes her eyes and sways in place. The flow of her movement makes the beat look effortless, but her arms are a constant blur. In the village below, heads begin to bob. Furrowed brows momentarily relax. Finally, she breaks the rhythm and steps back, shaking out her arms and sucking in deep breath. She tips her head to you, gratitude and recognition mingling with her exhaustion.
Get a room, you two.
Hey, we played a song. That was great. Kinda wish I could have listened to it, though. Okay, let's get in there. I have no idea what we're gonna find. This is a surprise. This be a surprise. How was your day in Rage, man? How was your stream, dude? Okay, that's an actual person. This is just a random NPC.
Eagle eyes.
Let's wait a little bit more.
We must do what we can. Anyone else see that?
That's where the fruit was. For what does Rongi go out to the beach in the middle of the night? Life on Tikawara is hard, but at least we're safe from pirates and something. And then she says, the archipelago is full of new faces, I say. That's where it was. The Koiki fruit. Oh.
Can do.
Go here to the shrine. Although maybe it's a different fruit, but that would be weird.
There's always a way.
I see where you're going with this.
Amir's winds blow bitter today, outsider.
Okay. Can I make it there without being seen? Yes, I can. This woman is young, but her serious manner makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced in several places, and her mouth is twisted in a scowl.
More outlanders. Are your masters so desperate that they send you to plunder a starving village?
Excuse me?
Was it the Rauataians, the Valians, or some new invader? Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same.
She squares her stance and grimaces. So learn to fight or read the fine print. Either will do.
If our Ranga gave me the chance.
She grits her teeth.
Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Pokokahara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Pokokahara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone. Taken by the curse.
Valiants are some of the most skilled navigators in the world. They don't just go missing.
Pokokahara was not for them. With Nagati's aid, the sea takes and gives in equal measure.
She raises her fingers to her brow.
Dark clouds surround Pokokahara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all.
She looks at the statue next to her, her eyes bright with intensity. It's a good speech, and it sounds like one she's rehearsed a little too carefully. Do you really believe all that? She sighs deeply, her bony shoulder rising like a vulture's wing.
We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Our Rangosphere makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Pokokahara.
She closes her eyes and shakes her head.
They will. It is what the company has done throughout the Eastern Reach. Why not here?
So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island.
Oh. I see your dilemma.
This brood of outsiders will not be the last. Others will follow. Like sharks, they are never appeased. That is for what we build this village. And for what he wasted half our stores of food feasting for them.
She crosses her bony arms and plants her big feet, all angles and determination.
You are known as a friend to the Huana. If you did not win our favor to simply profit from us, then prove it now. If you go to Pokokahara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
Her brow raises sharply as she studies your reaction.
Sometimes the ends justify the means.
She nods.
Akira, your friend sees the shape of things. When the Hydra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores.
Knock over an other pillar. I do enjoy a challenge.
I hope so. And we did not speak of this, Akira?
She nods, but her eyes are still narrowed in caution. I hear that Anaharu also had problems with outsiders. She winces as you speak the name. One hand strays to the coral crescent pendant. She forces it back down, pinning her hand beneath a folded arm.
Anaharu was the tribe's priest before me. And he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves.
She sighs and takes hold of the pendant, gripping it in a tight fist.
But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him.
Tell me about the trial of waves.
When there is an argument between leaders that cannot be answered, we turn to Nagati. Two challengers risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe.
Her gaze turns downcast. Why did Anaharu challenge Ruanu to a trial of waves?
My father knew the traders are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka.
Her mouth becomes a hard line. Her eyes for a moment look distant, dead.
So, when the expedition came, he begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island.
Her knobby knuckles pale as she squeezes the pendant.
Ruanu, he did not listen. And Anaharu was done talking.
What does it mean to be cast off?
It means the tribe must forget him. The Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him.
She swallows, still looking away.
Anaharu goes to his next life. But, forgotten, he goes to a different tribe.
She hangs her head. You don't seem to think much of Ranu's leadership.
He is our Ranga. My own great-aunt looked into his soul and declared him such.
Even as she says this, she hesitates, one hand clenching in a fist at her side.
I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies.
You must do something. You owe a duty to your tribe, too.
I know.
She closes her eyes.
The last one to challenge our Renga was
She breaks off, looking down and frowning.
Anaharu. Oh, I must learn to stop saying his name.
Okay, are you the priestess of this tribe now? She nods, one finger brushing the crescent pendant on her neck.
We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
She points to the wooden statue. It's as smooth as an old piece of driftwood, and the sun-bleached and water-stained patches suggest years of travel from one village to the next.
You worship Gon same as I do, at least in Nekataka. But I'll admit I've never called Andra Ngati.
Foreigners know her as Andra. To us, there is no difference.
Farewell. Oh. I almost missed that.
Eagle Eyes.
I almost missed that. Give it a second.
You mean like this? You need my help?
Okay, let's go talk to the leader, whatever his name is. The leader, bro.
There are many things that move through fire and find themselves the better for it afterward.
There wasn't a door there. Okay.
Eagle Eyes.
I'll handle it for you.
Huh.
Ah, welcome to Laura.
If you want to get a lock to open up, you gotta listen.
Wow, I can't even access it. Okay.
Can.
Good lord, bro. I think the only way to be able to get there is going to have to use bombs. But I only have one bomb, so we better make sure it hits proper. Hello? They were too far away, dude. Wait, maybe I have another one. I haven't looked in a while. It's possible I have more. I do. I have two more. They were too far away, dude.
Feel that?
Eagle Eyes.
There's a key for...
They literally stayed there half a second, dude.
every lock. Get it?
Hey, medical supplies. And a bunch of other stuff we didn't need.
I see where you're going with this.
What up, bro? And Amawa huddles in close conversation with the warriors next to him. He whispers in a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch his eyes and he grins wide enough to stretch every muscle in his face, like this. That looks supernatural and inviting.
Greetings, friend. Always an honor to receive guests.
He inclines his head and touches his brow. Shino, captain of the shinobi at your service.
I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say. Pokokahara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores.
He raises his hands to gesture to the east. His hand falls limply to his side. What is Pokokohara?
An island not touched since the days of our ancestors. The Valians went to Pokokahara for luminous Ardra. but their expedition does not return. As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I say.
He absently presses his knuckles, worrying the blood from his fingers. I have some history with old places that causes storms. I can take a look. His eyes widen a little. The smile that creases his face seems for the moment genuine.
Here. This was a token passed down from the Rankas, said to come from Pokokahara in brighter days.
He passes you a heavy length of copper shaped in a spiral. This looks like a seashell. No, you know what? Thank you, Urano.
If you need aid, Himarihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go.
He raises his fingers to his brow once more. Had questions about Pokokahara.
Wind and sorrow are all that emerge from the ruins. Never answers.
He waves you on. Sriracha, thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Why not move the tribe elsewhere?
In our old villages, we were raided by pirates, stolen by slavers, and killed by Rawatayan scouts.
Ized droops further with each admission, as if they're an acknowledgement that diminishes him personally.
So I brought them here, where the soil is too poor for kuiki fruit and the water's too shallow for great fish.
RC adores. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it, dude. Or Kador, or however I'm supposed to be pronouncing that. Thank you very much for that follow, man. Welcome, welcome. Do appreciate the support here. Awesome. So, okay.
At least we are in the path of Valian traders as they come and go. This is protection, prosperity, a future.
He nods, resolute in the idea. How is Pokokahara causing storms?
You must have been away from the Isles for a long time, I say.
Is it Arkador? Is that it? He frowns.
Our ancestors told of luminous Audra, the bones of the Deadfire, breaching through the sands of Pokokahara. Ngati raises her watery fist in defense of the Audra. Valian or Huana, it is nothing to her who suffers in the wake of such anger.
Our Ricardo. Oh, I'll call you Ricardo. That's fine. I mean, unless you don't like it. But I can call you Ricardo, sure. At the implication of divine providence, Pelagina's right eye twitches in annoyance, the membrane flicking out and back. Fighting against it, she forces a weak smile and nods politely. Cocking his head to the side, Urano mirrors the gestures with a full smile. He seems to be puzzling out Pelagina's reaction. Beyond the storm, is there any other danger?
Ikira, we paddle our canoes the long way around Pokokahara for a reason, I say. Another people lived among our ancestors and built a temple in the desert. Now there is only death. But the Valians close their ears to my warning.
He shrugs, glancing away.
Speak on, friend. What say?
He spreads open his palms. Tell me about your tribe.
Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Valians
That's
come.
fine? Cool, man.
That is for what we build many houses now, even a trading post.
He beams with pride.
We make Tikawara pleasing to the Valians. Then when they come for Pokokahara, they build their harbor here. They must.
He clears his throat. No one seems to mind the Valiant influence here.
Some tribes push foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends.
A frown briefly clouds his expression.
We got plenty of those. Ours are holding our lives ransom and playing us against their enemies.
If the Valians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara.
His gaze unfocuses like he is convincing himself of every word.
And then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship.
He nods vigorously. No, dude.
A favorable arrangement for both sides, I say.
It doesn't seem like you have enough to support that many people.
You sure you want to question that? We never get nice ones like this.
Then we buy what we do not grow. Soon our pockets will drag behind us with foreign coin.
He blinks at you and clears his throat.
I say that in Tikawara there is always a spot around the fire and...
What's up, Kevin? How you doing, man? Are you ready already, dude? Well, you wanted to go at 4:30. I can stop whenever. A gurgle reverberates from the stomach of the guard standing next to Ranu. He grimaces and places his hands over his belly as if to muffle the sound. The Renka shoots him a withering glare.